This is the Fujifilm X100 VI, and this is embarrassing because I'm wondering, can this replace my Canon setup? So have I overcomplicated photography? That's what I want to find out today. So I'm going to do a 6-hour round trip to the Outer Banks to see if this camera is up to the challenge, and if it's not, I'm going to return it. So stick around to find out the fate of this little guy.
Hats and on toes, coats and in sleeping bags. I come to know that memories were the best things you ever had. The summer shorn, beat down on bony backs, so far from home where the ocean stood, down dust and pine bone tracks.
How was that music? I find that if I don't put music in, people just switch off the video, and if I do put music in, I get comments like this. So I licensed that track. It cost me 25 bucks. So if you liked it, let me know in the comments, and please hit subscribe because I don't get that money back until I hit 1,000 subs. Stupid YouTube rule. Anyway, why did I get the X100 VI? Well, 3 reasons really. The first reason is, if you saw this in the street, what would make you behave the most unnatural? So somebody doing this, looking at you, or someone doing this, even this. You see, when you're using this camera, people just think you're a normal guy going out taking photos with this point and shoot. You don't give off that professional vibe like you would do with a mirrorless camera. So that's why I got this, just so I blend in a bit. So I don't have people coming up saying I don't give you consent to take my photos, and all those other awkward interactions you could have when you're walking around with a big bulky camera taking pictures of people in the street.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Where are you from? You sound like you're Australian.
Of England.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's always that with me.
Yeah. Everyone gets
the right way.
Everyone gets them confused.
Yeah.
Genuine question to my American viewers. Why do I get mistaken for an Aussie at least twice a week? If I sounded like this, I'd say fair dinkum. Let me know in the comments. The second reason is because my Canon R5 is pretty bulky, it's pretty heavy. Probably not for a mirrorless setup, but even if I fixed a 35mm prime to it to make it the same as this, it's still, you're going to notice it. If you're wearing it around your neck, it's going to start to ache after a full day's shooting. You probably feel it after an hour or so. So I just wanted something that was going to get out the way and just be there, ready to go, without having to take it off my capture clip or without my neck aching. The third and final reason goes back to a trip I did with my fiance to Yosemite a few months ago. And I'd take a photo that I thought was really good, and she'd want to see it, and I'd have to be like, oh, no, hang on, I need to get it back to my laptop, I need to put it through Lightroom, I need to extract like an image out of that raw data that you get with a RAW file and try and create a nice image, which I enjoy doing. But if you don't want Lightroom to be part of your workflow, if you just want to shoot great shots, the Fujifilm seems to be the best option, which is why specifically I went for this point and shoot camera. You can apply things called recipes to them, and I don't like the word recipes, but you can apply recipes to your JPEGs and it provides a unique look, and that's where I am now in my photography. I want to create my own look. I don't want to just have a neutral JPEG, which you'd get out of the Canon if I chose to shoot in JPEG. So this is my first time shooting in JPEG, and I'm interested to see how they turn out. And if they turn out good, I think this little guy's safe. If I'm not a fan, he's going back, as I said. See how it goes.
We slept like dogs down by the fireside, awoke to the fog were all around us, the boom of summertime. Yeah. We stood steady as the stars in the woods, so happy-hearted in the warmth rang true inside these bones. As the old pine fell, we sang. Just to bless the morning.
This is probably a good time to point out that I've never done photography like this before. I'm not really a street photographer or out filming and photographing people and inanimate objects like bins, trash cans. So if you think the photos look pretty rubbish, the chances are it's probably me and not the camera. That's just me getting my excuses in now.
Hats and on toes, coats and in sleeping bags. I come to know the friends around you are all you'll always have. Smoke in my lungs, or the echoed stone, careless and young, free as the birds that fly, with weightless souls.
Now I'm having lunch, it's probably a good time to tell you what recipes I've been using. I've gone with Reggie, Ronan's Acros, Ronan's Neg, and Bright Kodak, which I think is my favourite, but let me know yours in the comments below. I'll leave a link in the description to the creators.
Hats and on toes, coats and in sleeping bags. I come to know the friends around you are all you'll always have. Smoke in my lungs, or the echoed stone, careless and young, free as the birds that fly. With weightless souls.
Let me take this opportunity to talk about some of the things that I do like about this camera, some of the pros. The first one is the fact that it's so light, I'm always carrying it. So whenever I see anything, if I'm like, oh, do I take a picture of that or not? I just think, yeah, why not? Because it's here, it's light, it's ready to go. In terms of setup, it's been pretty straightforward for me. I'm in aperture priority. So I'm just letting the camera do most of the heavy lifting and I'm just shooting. So it's taken out a lot of that exposure triangle and having to think about how you're going to shoot. Yeah, you can do that on any camera. So maybe that's not a perk specific to this, but I do like just being in aperture priority and just shooting as I wish. The other thing I like is the ND filter. It's got built-in ND filter. So if I do want to get a slow shutter speed, I can just turn on that ND filter and it avoids the need of having to screw on ND filters or even magnetically attach them. It just completely removes that, removes the amount of stuff that you have to carry with you. So I'm a big fan of that. The other thing I like is how this camera feels to use. It feels solid, and I love just interacting with all the buttons and all the knobs, so to speak. It's just, it feels pleasant to use, you know? Everything sounds nice, everything clicks nicely. So far, it's been difficult for me to assess this properly just using the back of the camera, but the film simulation seems to look really good. I do wish I could maybe I probably should take some time just to review them on my phone to make sure they are coming out okay. But on the back of the camera, they look great, and if they look that great in real life, then I'm really happy with how they're turning out. One other pro and an important thing to mention is, even though I'm shooting in JPEG, you can still shoot RAW as well, so you still have that backup if you want it afterwards, which is nice. You don't have to bake it permanently into your images. So if you're maybe scared of commitment, you can still have those RAW backups. But today, for this video, I'm shooting purely JPEG.
Just to bless the morning. Hats and on toes, coats and in sleeping bags. I come to know the friends around you are all you'll always have. Smoke in my lungs, or the echoed stone, careless and young, free as the birds that fly. With weightless souls.
Another benefit is this 40 megapixel sensor. That's extreme for a camera so small. But one of the benefits that it does bring is that you can crop into the frame, you can crop into your composition. You don't need to necessarily move around with your feet as much as I first thought. Now, yes, that is me being lazy, but what benefit, 40 megapixels in something so small?
We stood steady as the stars in the woods. So happy-hearted in the warmth rang true inside these bones. We stood steady as the stars in the woods. So happy-hearted in the warmth rang true inside these bones. As the old pine fell, we sang.
The first problem that's become immediately apparent to me is that this 35mm fixed lens on an APS-C sensor, so equivalent of 35mm, is actually quite zoomed in. So I'm having to take quite a lot of steps back. And in this case, I want to get this leading line of the boardwalk. It's a photo that I've managed to get before, but I just can't do it without standing in the bog. So I'm going to have to adapt, which maybe isn't the worst thing. Making me adapt, making me think different. Maybe it make me a better photographer.
Just to bless the morning. And we grow, steady as the morning, yeah, we grow, year we grow older still.
Do you know what? This isn't just saying it for the sake of YouTube. I haven't had this much fun shooting with a camera, I think, probably in months, if not years. This is a lot of fun. In case you're wondering why you're so low down, it's because my Ulanzi tripod is just broken. The one from my last video that I described as tat evidence. Right at golden hour. Anyway, sorry, you're gonna have to be the height of Stuart Little for the next few minutes. If anyone knows a good monopod that I can just use that's better than the Ulanzi MT44, let me know in the comments below. There we go. Oh, cool. Well, that is it, a full day's photographing with the Fujifilm X100 VI. It's time for me now to do the 3-hour drive back, where I can tell you my closing thoughts on this camera. There's a lot of good things to say, and there's 1 or 2 things I'm not so sure about. Let's go. I made it back alive. There's a lot to like about this camera. I'm not going to repeat all those points. I just want to highlight a few negatives that I discovered when I was using the camera. The first one is this screen. I actually like the way it moves and works when you're shooting in landscape. But when you're shooting in portrait vertically, especially above or below your head, it doesn't tilt, so you can't see the screen. And I think Sony have the best fix for this, and I'd like to see their system, their answer to this spread across Canon and Fuji cameras. I think it's the optimum solution. The second problem is the menu system on this is extremely complicated. And just to highlight that, you probably noticed in the video, a few of my photos were lopsided. I can't shoot without grid lines. It's my Achilles heel. I can't shoot straight at all, and I don't know what it is. And I couldn't work out how to get them on, and I'm sure it does have that feature, but I didn't have any internet to Google it. I didn't have any signal, so I was just doing the best I could. The menus were that complicated, I couldn't work out how to activate them. So that's a bit of a downside, which is a shame. If all the positives and everything in this video resonate with you, I would consider getting this camera or the X100 VI, the predecessor. All the benefits I've listed are available in the V, so think of that as maybe a cheaper alternative if you can pick one up secondhand. So to answer the ultimate question of this video, which is, can this replace my camera gear? The answer is no, not my whole Canon setup. I think for landscape photography, I've got a great setup and I'm going to continue using the Canon. However, for city breaks, for short trips away, where I'm not shooting amazing vistas out in the countryside, this is perfect. This is perfect for roaming around San Francisco, New York, London, and just wanting to get some great pictures, a day on the beach. It's light, it's out the way. And so am I going to return this camera? Absolutely not. I love it. And I'm looking forward to using it a lot more, making a lot more content for this YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. If I hit 1,000 subs as well, I get my $25 back for that song. Let me know what you thought about the song as well in the description below. There's billions of videos you can be watching on YouTube, and you've just spent like 15 minutes watching me take some bang average street photography photos. And I appreciate that. Thanks very much. See ya.